Hey everybody, here's a look at the Iambic paddle that I got from eBay about a year ago. And I bought this paddle for something to take for podas and portable use. And I just wanted to share it with you and give you some of my thoughts about this. You might be wanting to buy one, or you may already have one. This particular paddle is listed on eBay. I wrote it down here for you as the double paddle automatic key. Model number is QU-7025. So if you want to look that up, it might be easier to find it. At the time of this video, the price of this is $22.55. And as far as price goes, it's hard to find a paddle that's brand new that's that cheap. The next stop up would be like here in the $40, $45 range. So this is really the only one I could find that was dirt cheap. And it works, but there's some things you want to take in consideration. It comes with a case like this, has a hex key in there, and comes with two of these metal discs, so you can put them on anything, and then the paddle will attach to the magnets. Well, the magnets will attach to the metal discs. What I did was I took some discs and put it on the bottom of my radio so I could use it like that. And so yeah, so when I got this paddle, it came with these 4 magnets, and then it had a strip with these 4 pads in it. I almost threw the pads away because I wasn't sure what they were for. But yeah, like a dummy like me, I finally realized that I put the pads onto the magnets and it helps it stick onto metal very well. So it'll just give you a size comparison. It's a very tiny paddle. There's a little can of tobacco, and it stays on quite well. And I'll plug it in. It comes with this cord. And oh, come on. I'll turn my radio on. And but I found this tiny disc that is like part of a sewing machine that I was able to put this on so I can hold it a little better. Oh, well, there we go. And it just helps me grip it a little better, because if all you have is this part here to hold on to, it can be a little fatiguing, and you kind of lose it, especially if you're having gloves or something like that. So you want something else to stick it on. So I'd recommend going ahead and planning on fixing this to something. Also, when I got it, it was very stiff. It wasn't ready to operate right out of the box. You have to be willing to take this apart, lubricate everything, and put it back together and adjust it. So I had to take these screws out, take these paddles off, spring and everything. And the screws go through the paddle and go right into the base. There's no metal bushings in there. This screw just screws right into the plastic. So I was thinking about taking this apart for the video, but every time you take these screws out and put them back in, you're just wearing down that plastic, weakening that point. So I'm only going to take this apart when I really need to. But once I took it apart, I put some Tri-Flow in it, which is a popular lubricant, Tri-Flow. You can also use sewing machine oil or some sort of very clean, light oil lubricant. So I lubed that up real good, put it back in. I didn't over tighten the screws, I just got it snug. Wanted to be happy. And the only adjustments are the paddles, the distance between the center contact and the paddles themselves. Now normally I like very little play in between the paddles, and so I started off setting it up like that with very little play. Let me put it back on my little disc here. But I found out once I adjusted the paddles where I wanted them, when I would hit the dits, this post in the middle, pushing that would actually push this post into the other paddle. So as I'm sending, it'll go, and then it'll hit the DA paddle. So the only way around that is to make more space between the paddle and the post. So when I do push this and this post kind of moves a little bit, it won't push into this other paddle. So that's why there's a little play in there. So it seems to work okay. So long as you know that, you can't have the paddles too close to the post because it'll push the post. Because the post, it's not into any metal bushing at all either. It's just screwed into the bottom, which is just plastic. So that's what you're dealing with there. And also you notice, since we're looking under here, the wiring, it's super fine wiring. And little solder joints are super tiny. Everything's just so tiny and delicate, it seems like. So it's not a robust paddle, very tiny. It does work. There's been some times where it's had some failures, so if I am going to use this paddle, I will practice with it for about 5 minutes just to make sure everything is jiving good. I don't want any surprises, because I have been surprised before. I'd start QSO and then this thing would just crap out. And just because I had to make an adjustment, I have to just kind of send with it for a while to make sure spacing is good and all that. But as far as price goes, yeah, it's the cheapest one you can possibly get that's brand new. So that's something to consider. Now, if you're brand new at Morse code and you want to buy your first paddle, I would spend a little more money to get something that's just known to be reliable. Even though I haven't used one of these paddles, I hear a lot of good things about the CW Morse paddles. If you just Google CW Morse paddles, it'll take you to the website, and they have like a slightly larger than this, and there's like an enclosure that keeps all this stuff away from the elements. And there's a lot of good reviews on that. But this paddle here works, and but I just wanted to share that with you, that when you buy it, you have to be willing to take it apart, lubricate it, and set it up the way you like it. But yeah, that is my overview of the QU-7025 little tiny $20 paddle. All right, thanks for checking it out.